jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
You already know. WCS back on the boulevard once again, man. I had to come on here because, people be tuned in. I dropped that milk carton freaking thumbnail on IG, and obviously it got back to Errol Spence. The milk carton missing persons got back to Errol Spence, man. He had to send the tweets out. He had to save face and send the tweets out, y'all. Errol Spence finally responds to Terrence Crawford. After that damn milk carton thumbnail was added, certain people was added in the thumbnail, and all of a sudden in the last hour, Spence sit up here, and respond on Twitter. Now we're gonna go through some of the tweets that's under his account, but check this out. We already know what it is. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick. I'm gonna show y'all. Let's get to the first tweet. He said, if I'm not telling the truth, tell him to post the draft. Errol Spence sent that right there. That's straight up. That's Spence right there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's Spence. Short, a sentence and a half, and you can tell how it's worded. If I'm not telling the truth, tell him post the draft. All right? Let's get to the next one. Now, this right here, from this tweet on, to this tweet on, believe me when I'm telling you, for this tweet on, I'm calling it. I'm calling Errol Spence ghostwriter. Sent this out. He don't put that much time in the tweets. Let's just be honest, man. Let's be fair. Let's be non-judgmental. Man, he ain't writing no 5-sentence paragraph. He's not writing no 5-sentence paragraph. He ain't wording that shit like this. So he said, I wasn't at the table or nowhere to be found. Okay? He might have did write it. He said nowhere. He didn't put N-O. He put K-N-O-W. I might be wrong, but I still go off. He didn't write this shit. Where to be found. For what I knew, what I was projected to get, and happy with it, to be honest, the hedge fund deal was for your benefit. LOL. You know what I'm saying? Look, that shit didn't make a lick of sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of fucking with y'all, yeah. Right? Errol Spence might have wrote this shit, dog. All the shit that's not right, not spell check. Him or his girl wrote this shit, dog. Him and his ghostwriter, something. He said, I wasn't at the table or nowhere to be found. For what I knew, what I was projected to get, and happy with it, to be honest. That hedge fund deal was for your benefit. Okay, so he was getting, enough money to satisfy him, supposedly. All money, not good money. Now, pay attention now. Spence is saying all money, not good money. I asked him where the 50 mil coming from, who is over the hedge fund, putting the money up. He couldn't tell me. I think we all need to just meet in person. That's not him. That's somebody else. That's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it for what it is. He said all money, not good money. He want to know all of a sudden where the money coming from, but yet when Terrence Crawford asked him about, you know what he asked him, right? I mean, you know what he told him. He told him about the 25 mil, and he said, "What's the back end?" He didn't ask shit about where the money is coming from. See, that's what happens when you have time to think, and you see that milk carton roll across your shit, and somebody at you in it. Then you start feeling some type of way. And he said, man, I got to come up here. I got to speak my mind because people, people saying I ain't speaking to the fans. I ain't speaking to nobody. Still, you ain't. You're on Twitter, bro. You're on Twitter. You're freaking on Twitter. That's where you at. You're on Twitter. He ain't no other way but on Twitter, y'all. That's unfortunate, too. Shout out to QT. What's good? Big Blunts and Bites. What's good? Andrew. What's good? Salute. So let's get back over here, right? And go to the next tweet. Cause he on some nonsense. Whoever's his ghostwriter is, they said, I have a minute or 30 to waste. I have a minute or 30 to waste. Why take you 2 weeks to say something? At Terrence Crawford. You try getting your shit together, LOL. We can see you look at some flashcards or a piece of paper. Good, you speaking now. I was worried. That's not him. That's not Errol. I don't know who's writing that, who's the ghostwriter, but that's not him. You know what I'm saying? They trying to talk about, Terrence Crawford using flashcards and all that. Hey, no matter what he was using, he was up there speaking to his fans. So you should be more concerned about what he was doing and what you aren't doing there, Spence. You ain't doing nothing but typing on Twitter. You trying to become the freaking Al Heyman of boxing. When it comes to actual boxers themselves, you trying to be out of sight, unseen. You know what I'm saying? You trying to become a ghost. The draft included specific provisions. This definitely ain't him. This is people writing for him, y'all. Whoever it is with him. I know this, bro. This isn't him. This is too much. This is too much, dog. Listen to it. The draft included specific provisions that required that both of us would receive a complete and full written detailed accounting showing all pay-per-view sales of the event and then status of all net revenues received and all event expenses incurred and paid. Y'all know I'm telling the truth with this shit. Y'all know I'm spot on with this. He's not writing this tweet. He's not. He's not. Somebody's writing this for him that's there with him. For him, with him. For him, with him. He ain't write all that shit. He didn't write that as detailed as it was. Hell to the no. But hey, appreciate you finally speaking up. You know what I'm saying? We was getting a little bit worried. You know what I'm saying? All we were seeing is this, that's what you are right now. You know what I'm saying? The Tweety Bird. You know what I'm saying? You're the Tweety Bird, bro. You're the Tweety Bird. Let's keep it rocking. He claims that his concerns over having transparency on the revenues and expenses for the fight was the big issue that killed the negotiation. My side agreed to show him everything. He didn't write that. It's good that he's forced to come out because he was on that milk carton. And people's like, man, why you ain't coming back at him, man? Why you ain't responding to Terrence, man? That live he did went viral, bro. You got 3,500 goddamn channels on YouTube chopping this shit up like it's hot cheese and putting it up on their motherfucking channel, man. You got to say something, Spence. So he got his people. Bring somebody over here. So I just can't type, man. I'm so tired, man. I just don't want to type these tweets. He's not him. That's not him. Real talk. That's not him. His fingers are not like that, y'all. The commands from the headquarters up top does not cross over the synapses gap and execute this type of language, this type of tweeting. You know what I'm saying? This type of expression. He just, that's not him. But once again, I'm good that he got somebody to send some tweets out because we was worried. He's talking about he didn't have a guarantee and he was taking all the risks. MF, I didn't have a guarantee, just a higher percentage. Now he might have wrote that tweet right there. So out of all these tweets, I I have about 7 tweets. I believe he wrote 2 of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? 2 of them. And you know what? They're the 2 shortest ones out of this 7. Real talk. You know I ain't lying. He wrote this tweet right here. Okay? And he wrote the last tweet. He talking about he didn't have a guarantee, and he was taking all the risk. MF, I didn't have a guarantee, just higher percentage. He probably wrote that shit right there. Real talk. But all the other ones in between, from 2 to 5 or 6, 2 to 6, no. No. But it's good. It's good he put them out there. Once again, if I'm not telling the truth, tell him post the draft. If I'm not telling the truth, tell him post the draft. All right? He probably wrote that shit. Second one. He said I wasn't at the table or nowhere to be found. For what I knew, what I was projected to get, and happy with it, to be honest, and that hedge fund deal was for your benefit. So therefore, Spence is kind of setting the tone to say he really didn't give a damn what Crawford had going on. He was all for himself. So now that Crawford understands that Spence is not in his best interest, you got to say fuck him. You know what to expect when you go back to the negotiation table. You know what I'm saying? This dude is not there to do fair business. This dude is here to try to eat for himself and himself only. So you understand where his mindset at? It's no mutual freaking respect and etiquette that you should have. Go in there and step on this dude, take his titles, and send him home. You know what I'm saying? Send him home, because Crawford's already proved he's willing to take what? The big risk, big reward. Big risk, big reward. That means going in there and taking low money to get those straps, period. Spence goes on, the ghostwriter. All money, not good money. I asked him where the 50 mil coming from. Who is over the hedge fund? Putting the money up, he couldn't tell me. I think we all need to just meet in person. Okay, this is a very, very important tweet for me, right? The reason why this tweet is so special to me, right? This is a special tweet to me. Special tweet. Okay, set the Tweety Bird. He says all money's not good money. So 25 million, all of a sudden, Spence is asking questions. He must have got permission once everything was over with and things died down. He's going to take weeks to post this shit. Now, all of a sudden, all money ain't good money. When did that come a factor? When you getting paid your highest payday. All of a sudden, all money ain't good money. That sounds like something Al told you to say. And then he says he want to know about the hedge. He want to know who's putting up the money. Now, all of a sudden, that's not what Crawford said. All of a sudden, he's acting like he was having a longer communication on the telephone with Crawford than we believe. Crawford didn't tell us anything about a conversation like this. He said, you asked about the back end money, and you was talking about a motherfucking fire stick. But it gets better, y'all. This person put in there, I think we all need to just meet in person. Now, how you going to meet in person when you can't pick up the phone and respond to your compeer? Your compeer. Yeah, your constituent who compete in combat sports like yourself. He said you didn't give him a call back. And therefore, when he had to go directly mano-a-mano, one-on-one with Al Heyman, and it got to a point where Crawford himself had to ask Al Heyman, why don't we just meet in person? And what was Al Heyman's response? I'm taking care of my mom. My mom is sick. So what is he talking about? What is the ghostwriter talking about right here? That's all I want to know. What is he talking about, meet in person? What's going to happen when you meet in person? You can't even call nobody back, bro. So how are you going to sit up here and sound believable when it was said you didn't even call Terrence Crawford back when he told you about the 25 million, and all of a sudden the person who haven't even seen a purse like that, now all of a sudden all money ain't good money. Man, you sound crazy, bro. Don't you have Mr. Ed to feed? Don't you have Mr. Ed out there to feed? A couple of chickens, 6 goats. You know what I'm saying? A llama. He said, I have a minute or 30 to waste. Why it take you 2 weeks to say something? They really don't put commas in this bitch, huh? They don't care about commas, semicolons, periods, none of that shit. I have a minute or two. I have a minute or 30 to waste. Why it take you 2 weeks to say something? At Terrence Crawford, you try getting your shit together. LOL. So one thing to note, when people use emojis and LOL, they're trying to pretend. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to pretend. They want to zip it up with actual emojis. Don't believe the hype, y'all. We can see you looking at some flashcards or a piece of paper. Good, you're speaking now. I was worried. You know, that's somebody writing for him, and that's somebody who's putting emojis to kind of say, yeah, we laughing at you a little bit more than an LOL. LOL stands for laughing out loud, but goddamn the emojis, that's supposed to like hype it up a little bit, like they're just tear jerkers. Stop it, bro. This shit is so elementary. The draft included specific provisions that required the both of us would receive a complete and full written detailed accounting showing all pay-per-view sales of the event, and then status of all the net revenues received and all the event expenses incurred. Now take a closer look now. All right, zoom in just a little bit. He said the draft included the draft, the DRAFT. That's very important to underline. The draft included specific provisions that required that both of us would receive. Now, wasn't it that they didn't want him to take a look at the books? Al Haym was going ballistic, say, you know, no, you ain't gonna look at the books. And, you know, when it came for him wanting to sit down with Errol, he said that don't happen in boxing. That doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen. Heyman said that never happened in boxing before. For everybody to sit down in person, that hasn't happened. No, you're not gonna take a look at the books. All you gotta do is search around YouTube. You'll find all these little pundits and Spencerholics that was sitting up here saying, nope. What he needed to take a look at the books for? Did he ask Dan Bob Arum to take a look at the books? Did he ask Bob Arum to take a look at the books? Proven expenses. No, hell no, that ain't happening. But it's funny how this tweet right here said the draft included a lot of areas that Crawford was requesting. Now, how do y'all dummies look now? The draft included that. Why would Spence Ghostwriter post this tweet and said the draft included? So therefore, this is basically detailing to verify certain things that was being spoken on already. Crawford wanted to see where the expenses was coming from, talking about the net revenues and everything. So why he was being called a liar and stupid for requesting the books, requesting the proven expenses, if they had the shit in the draft? Who's telling the truth? If the shit in the draft, what purpose is it of Crawford to come out and say, no, they whoever came out with it, they wasn't allowing him to take a look at the books. That's not something he's supposed to do. It's not going to happen, and all this other shit. You know, Crawford can't do anything to make himself look good in the light and make it look like he know what he's doing. Never that. But this tweet right here is from their mentor and their idol, their king. Why would a draft include all this shit? a full written detail accounting showing all pay-per-view sales of the event and then status of net revenue. I'm calling bullshit on these niggas. If the draft had it in there, why didn't it get approved? From what I know, Terrence Crawford approved everything. Y'all sent them back a revision and didn't have shit to do with this. So what the fuck are we talking about the draft for? It's only a draft, so it don't mean too much. It's very light, man. You know what I'm saying? It still get a good win. That shit'll blow right away. That's still light. It's just a draft. You know what I'm saying? It's just a draft. So a lot can go into this, but I'm just looking at it when they was denying anything that Crawford had to do with this right here, with validating net revenues received and all event expenses incurred. Isn't that the same request that Crawford was putting in and people saying Al Heyman said no? Why in the hell he would do it? It's in the draft, people. You all was up here asking why would Crawford even put himself in a position to request that? Who do he think he is? And that shit was in the draft, bro. What's going on? Everybody's in the chat. Juice, Big Blunts Boxing, Andrew, Max, QT. I'm trying to catch up. Push Spence, he can't even respond live. He only allowed to send reviewed and edited tweets. Talk to him. Review the edited tweets. Lost all the boxing. What's good? I had to come back on, Q. I know I said I was getting off. But, you know, when you get the details, you got to put the shit out there and break it down for people before they misconstrue. You know what I'm saying? And give you a false goddamn perception of what's being said. If he was up here being scolded on social media about him trying to do business with these fools, and one of the areas that he was being scolded by was this right here. They were saying, who is he? He don't supposed to be getting no peek at the books. How dare he? He has the audacity. And it's right here. Why would Spence put that, man? You know, they want to make sure they was trying to play ball. That's bullshit, dog. That's bullshit. He claims that his concerns over having transparent on the revenues and expenses for the fight was the big issue that killed negotiations. My side agreed. He tried to say cap, but my side agreed to show him everything. Spence ain't being honest, bro. He's not being honest, man. He's not being honest about this, whoever writing this shit. This is almost like a cleanup. This is a post-live cleanup. This is what you call people in true living color damage control, people. He was getting roasted in social media. Scorched. I'm telling you, he was getting scorched. When that motherfucking milk carton thumbnail came across his desk, when he seen that shit come across his desk and people added him in it, they say, man, you got to say something, bro. This is not going to get past a week. What did I say? What did I say earlier? I said, man, if he goes this whole week without saying anything, he going to be in trouble. And sure enough, he started tweeting, him and his ghostwriters. He's talking about having transparency on revenues and expenses. Cap, my side agreed to show him everything. If that's the case, you gave him everything you want, and y'all agreed to let him goddamn take a look at the expenses, right? That mean you lying. That mean you lying. Because when Crawford initially came out and said that y'all didn't want him to take a look at the books or any of that, you didn't come out with none of this shit. You didn't say nothing. When he initially came out and said he wanted transparency, but Al Heyman felt that he shouldn't get transparency. He didn't want him looking at the books, nor did he want him approving expenses. But now you coming out to pretty much refute all that. it doesn't make any sense. It's almost like you feel easy about putting tweets out, and you don't care what you put on it. It's all across that they was up here bigging up Al Heyman for not letting Terrence Crawford see the books. He don't deserve to see no books. But you trying to say it was in a draft. You trying to say y'all gave him everything he asked for. So what the fuck are all these other channels talking about then? If you gave him everything he needed, what the fuck are these channels talking about? It seemed like y'all damn met his transparency. Per what y'all talking about, unless y'all capping. It seems like y'all capping. It seems like Team Spence is capping, bro. He talk about he didn't have guarantee and he was taking all the risks. MF, I didn't have a guarantee, just a high percentage. Now, like I said before, Spence wrote that one. Spence wrote this one. He wrote the first one and he wrote this last one. Him having a higher percentage, I'll take that, because a lot of people don't understand that Spence is not getting paid the money that you think he is. Even if he get paid the money, he has so much to pay elsewhere without getting deep into his damn pockets. But for him to sit up here and be good with the percentage, a higher percentage, and someone presents him with guarantee money, and the shit you say on the phone is what? What did Spence say on the phone? What about the back end money? Because that's the deal. That's the deal he's talking about right now. The percentage. That's the deal. He's talking about the percentage. He's worrying about the back end percentage. But if Terrence Crawford is bringing you $25 million guarantee money, why would you say all money isn't good money? What's wrong with you, brother? I'm starting to think you ain't fit to fight no more. What's wrong with you? If you're talking about you was just gonna get the back end money, you don't know how much that was gonna be. You don't have any of that, but this guarantee money, you know for a fact how much you getting. And that'll be enough to suffice. Seriously, because you ain't gonna convince nobody you was getting a penny over 25 million originally. It ain't no way in hell you think you was getting a penny over 25 million. But for you to then refute everything and tell me all money ain't good money, but yeah, you up here taking a damn shit on the back end with a percentage, and we all know how the deferred system works over there. You may not ever see all your money. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Spence? You gonna ask Al to see the books when he give you that $15,065, and you can say, "What's this for? This is to go get some shoes or something, Balenciagas." Well, what's this for? Oh, that's the overall expense that you made off the Crawford fight. Al, man. Al, stop playing, man. Please, man. Please don't do me like that, man. Please, man. Hey, Christmas too far away, man. We in 23, man. Don't do me like that, dog. I worked my ass off doing this fight camp, man. I had to pay my nutritionist. I had to pay DJ. I had to pay you. I had to pay everybody, man. I had to pay sanctioning fees off the top, man. Don't do me like that. No, that's 15,000. That's what you get back. Maybe you should have took that money that Terrence Crawford was trying to offer you. But I couldn't let that happen because I need to be in charge of everything. You know how it goes, right there, Errol. You know how it goes. Don't be mad. You'll get over it. What I need for you to do, right? If you want to make a little extra money, tomorrow we're going out and cutting lawns in the community. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go cut people lawns in the community. I'll break you another, give or take. We got about 25 yards to do, give or take, do the 30. But I say I'll kick you about $600 off that job. All right, go cut some grass. I give you about $600 out that job right there. 25 cuts. Yeah. You good? That's going to get you through. Hey, man, we look, check this out, man. They having a sale over there at the motherfucking the Kroger grocery store or Publix. and they got ramen noodle pack of 50. Man, get through it, dog. But you know the business. I'm Al Heyman. You know the business, brother. 15,065 cents. That's not bad, brother. That's not bad. But Terrence, man, come on, Al. Terrence was talking about 25 million, man. Come on, don't do me like this, man. I need to get gas in my car. I need to feed my babies, Al. Please don't do me like this. Hey, go get that rag over there. Get that rag over there. Yeah. I maybe can look out for you because I got a little extra money. But my shoes need buffing out. Can you buff my shoes? Man, Al, why you got to do that, man? Why you got to humiliate me, man? Are you going to buff my shoes or not? Come on, Spence. Buff my shoes, man. You need that money, right? Yeah, I need that money. I need it. Buff my shoes out for me. Just buff my shoes. That's all I want you to do. Buff my shoes. Shh. Don't tell nobody. Go ahead, buff my shoes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now buff the left one. There you go. Make sure you get the heel. Uh-huh. Oh, man, that shit looks shiny, dog. You did a good job, man. So how much we was talking again? Man, I don't know. Can I take a look at... See, here we go again, man. Go get that broom over there, Spence. Go get that broom. Man, sweep this whole floor from the door over there all the way up to my desk. Sweep that shit all in the pile. Man, I got to get back to my girls, Al. Why you humiliating me like this? You embarrassing me, Al. Well, what? How much money you want, though? How much money you was talking about? Man, I just want to see the books. Okay, all right. Get that toothbrush over there. Go in the toilet. Go in my personal bathroom over there. Start cleaning that toilet out. All right? That's what I need for you to do. Clean that toilet out with that toothbrush and goddamn clean the mirror off. And then I want you to get that pledge and start getting around my desk. You know, shine my chair up a little bit. Now what was our conversation again? Well, you say what again? Nigga, stop crying. Stop being a motherfucking punk. Tell me how much you want it. I just want to see the books. I just want to see. Go grab that ladder over there. Put that ladder over there. I want you to get all the dust out of the corner of that crown molding up there. I want you to get all that dust out of that crown molding up there and everything else. All right? And when you finish, let me know. Are you going to let me get some of that? I need to get some money. Your money is over there on the desk. I left you 2 roll of quarters and some goddamn coupons in that bitch. I don't want to hear nothing else of this. Nothing. You understand me? Okay. I don't want to hear shit else. That's pretty much how the damn conversation go, people. That's pretty much how it goes up there. His dude want to sit up there and talk about Terrence Crawford don't need to see the books, but he ain't been begging Al Heyman for transparency. Heyman up there giving this man $15,000 when he was supposed to be set to get $5-6 million after paying everybody. First of all, you got taxes. Okay, taxes. You got to hit them sanctioning fees. You got a lot going on, people. Taxes, sanctioning fees. Got to get that 30/30 of a third. You know what I'm saying? With the managers and everybody. You got to pay the team. You know what I'm saying? You just got a lot of people you need to take care of. And then, you know, you got to get what you're supposed to get per the percentage or whatever. Oh, man, that's going to be a nice-ass chunk out of that paycheck, bro. No guarantee money either. No way to look at the books. Oh, my God, dog. That shit is not cool, man. I'm telling y'all, man, that's tough to deal with, brother. That's tough to deal with. I hate this shit has hijacked a good fight week for Bivol versus Joe. No, they haven't hijacked anything, man, because they fight Saturday. By tomorrow, this will be cleaned up a little bit. You know, here and there, depending on who want to respond to the video. You know what I'm saying? It'll be cleaned up, Dion. You know, it'll be cleaned up. Real talk. It'll be cleaned up by fight. Because just think about it. I mean, that's usually when people understand that the weekend's about to happen. Thursday is here. They start really selling in to get ready for fight day. You know what I'm saying? He said hedge funds systematically destroy jobs across the nation. They're responsible for putting companies like Sears and Toys R Us out of business. If they was dependent on hedge funds, finance, and the funds dried up, somebody within that freaking company, the CEO, somebody should have had some meetings to attempt to source to go out here and subscribe to new hedge funds, to new investors or something like that. How can everything dry up and you just go out of business? The company itself probably was suffering from sales. You know what I'm saying? I think they were suffering from sales. Because think about it. When I was growing up, Toys R Us was the shit. All right? When you brought on internet and when you brought along, you know what I'm saying, the new era, mobile phones, phones starting to get more advanced and all that, Toys R Us couldn't survive off that shit. You got kids using apps on their phone to play games now. Even though it's not like when I came up where you actually purchase a physical toy, play around with that shit. Even babies in strollers today, they have mobile phones, man. Because they have graphics. They have things that's going to keep their attention. They usually have their parents' phones. But Toys R Us gave you the physical toy that you can play with. They couldn't keep up with the modern age, with the new age, rather, the new revolution. They couldn't keep up. So whether it was hedge fund, I think it was a contributing factor to them having poor sales too. Because I grew up with the Sears and the Toys R Us. I like that place. What's going on, Carl? How you feeling, brother? Salute WCS, brother. Salute to you. Yeah, that's a lot of ramen for real. That's what you do when you on a goddamn budget. I know why they had to drag this negotiation out. I know I heard from the close people to you what you be doing over there now. Get yourself together and stop doing that shit. Let's see. I know why they had to drag this negotiation out. I know and heard from some people, some close people to you, what you be doing over there now. Get yourself together and stop doing that shit. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm missing some. Heck no, he didn't type that. No, he didn't type all this, man. The first one and the last one. Real talk. One thing I do, I get familiar with how a fighter speaks, even in the way they're wording their sentences. A lot of people speak and write the same way. A lot of people speak and write the same way. They never really had to give a damn about being formal in what they're writing, so they don't take it serious. They just really just type shit in the way they're conversing with the fellas or the females or whatever, they friends. They just converse like that, so they kind of type like that too. It's supposed to be a separation. He said poor Spence, he can't even respond live. Yeah, I read that. History won't be kind to Arrow. It's bad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. That's not Errol Spence that tweeting. That's Al Heyman. He hijacked Spence account. You ain't lying. Oh yeah, I thought it was hilarious entrance that Spence admitted to streaming fights, but whatever. He did say he had a fire stick, right? Commas and semicolons take up characters. They're gonna have 40 tweets. They remind me, the little kids, they really friends. Man, Arrow was passing his phone to Tom Brown. It was two different people on that Twitter handle. I like that, Juice. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. He said he was passing his phone to Tom Brown. It was two different people on that Twitter handle. Absolutely, brother. Man, y'all know what it is. It ain't no way he wrote that shit as detailed like that. Hell no, man. He gave them the password to his account. They wrote that shit, bro. You know how it goes when you got a blue check. You're not the only one that has access to your account, man. Spence ain't called Bud back because Bud wasn't going to tell him who was over the hedge fund. This shit crazy. They going to sit at the table together and do something that ain't never been done before. Wasn't they said it never been done before? But Rick Glaser said it has been done before. He was a part of that fight. You know what I'm saying? But they're making it seem like it never been done before. So they're not going to be the first to do it. Not that he can't do it. He chooses not to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's choosing not to entertain it at all. It's not like he doesn't have the business sense, nor the experience or education. He has all that. He's just not willing to entertain that because he want to do what's in the best interest of his fighter and himself. And in-house, now we understand what it all means. In-house fights. They're all about keeping shit in-house. He talking about Daniel. I'm telling you, Stephen Espinosa said they're not hiring no private detectives. They just taking Crawford's word. This shit is heating up. Spence was taking low money too. That's crazy. Just a higher percentage. Both get zero guarantee. Crawford get 35%. Spence gets 65%. Yeah, that's something that's been talked about. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something been talking about. Al Spin team writing them tweets. So the draft's supposed to show that the fight was going to happen this year, but Bud ain't get back to them in time. For the show that the fight was going to happen this year, Bud ain't get back with them. That's not true because it had no deadline to the negotiation. Find me a tweet out there from Errol Spence that puts a deadline. It wasn't no deadline on that. So it's no way Bud could have held off on sending shit back and there wasn't no deadline. Especially, why should he hold on to something or send anything back and they changed the year? They changed the entire year. The Twitter era of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, we're in it neck deep. Yes, sir. But not all of us, because Bud came out here. Bud came out here and did the IG. Now, then check this out. People see politicians reading from teleprompters, and they won't think nothing of it because they're speaking in front of people, right? They speaking in front of people. Might be a bit larger crowd than what we have on social media, but they still speaking in front of people. So they're using teleprompters and everything, pre-written, and they say it line for line. But let's just say Bud was looking at papers and reading from it. What's wrong with that? I guess that's ignorant too when it comes to black people too. I guess it's not cool for you to read off and make sure you're hitting the points that you want to hit and everything, right? I guess that's wrong too, right? I got it. Plus, it's Bud that did it. I got it. He ain't addressed the 25 million head up and can't say what they was supposed to fight for real. I'm glad these two can fight because mofos can't write. Man, yeah, he had ghostwriter, man. So I'm not mad at him for having ghostwriter because he know he would have looked real crazy out here writing these tweets and goddamn shit broken all up, not making any sense. I'm glad he, that whoever that was there with him, they got together. They say, goddamn, they put you on a damn milk carton, bro. You got to speak up, bro. You need to goddamn redeem yourself, man. Speak up. They done put you on the milk carton, man. Say something. Do you want me to go live? No, nigga, I ain't talking about going live, man. You ain't ready for that. We need to get you some tweets out there, all right? We're going to tweet chronological order on what he's talking about and, put about 7 good, solid tweets out there, and we're going to help you write them, okay? All right? We're going to help you write them, period. Commas and semicolons take up characters. They gonna have 40 tweets. So gee, hey man, hey man, I do it in mine. You have to shorten up what you're trying to say. Now it's a character issue. Now we're gonna goddamn say that what's been on Twitter forever and a day, it's not enough room for somebody speaking. That's why you have the opportunity to put out another tweet. We're not talking about no 40, tweets. It's more than enough. Look at this. It's more than enough, bro. Look at this tweet. Look at this tweet right here, man. That's damn near giving you 6 lines. You know what I'm saying? 5 and a quarter. Let's give you 5 and a quarter. That's not enough. Damn. Hold up for a second. Yeah, we back. So I don't know what that's the quack is about. That seems to be going around, but you got to make it make sense, Reggie. What was he ducking at? You got to make it make sense, brother. There go the link if you want to make it make sense, bro. There go the link. That link just for Reggie, man. If you got time, I want to know where the ducking's at. And remember, it's shit you got to prove. Now, remember, we got these tweets up here. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about the man ducking, how is he ducking? If he did all the damn, he's taking all the initiative to try to make this shit work, bringing money to the table and everything else. He just asked for transparency. How do you find ducking in that just from him going over the BOK Prime? Just from him going over the BOK Prime. How is ducking involved? If they sent him a revision that said the fight would go down in 2023. So Spence actually thought it was January 2023, but in reality it's for February or something like that. So they was really planning on fighting Terrence Crawford only. You know why? Because from what we hear, he's supposed to fight December. They already had a date locked on. So I think it was very much crunch time for them to get this negotiation over with, so they can kind of still stick to the schedule if indeed they're going to sit up here and fight Keith Thurman or whoever they're going to fight in December. You see what I'm talking about? How is that a duck if they have a date scheduled for December? Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence wasn't scheduled for December. They wasn't scheduled for December, brother. They wasn't scheduled for December. We heard August, nope. October, nope, didn't happen. November, nope, didn't happen. The only time we really heard December is when Terrence Crawford walked away from negotiations because Al Haymon clearly didn't want it to happen. Clearly, he didn't want it to happen. So now all of a sudden, Spence may be fighting December from what I hear. For real? After Crawford? Where did that fight date come in at? You were just going to sabotage Crawford Spence and say it's happening next year so you can fight Keith Thurman and further procrastinate and delay the inevitable. The inevitable would be Terrence Crawford going in there, scooping those belts and becoming 2-division undisputed. Somewhat like this right here. It'll look somewhat like this. You know what I'm saying? It'll look somewhat like this right here. Let me bring the reality to fruition. It'll look just like this right here. 2-time undisputed. That's what it would look like. I'm just trying to understand the ducking, man. It's about to be Thursday, man. I'm just trying to understand ducking. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the chat, man. I just want trying to understand the ducking process. Anything else that goes along with this situation, I'm cool. I'm down to have a dialogue about what's this ducking is all about. Because just saying it and putting stuff up there, that does nothing to me. It don't piss me off. That don't do any of that. I know too much about this situation. No link. No link. Reggie, I dropped the link for you. That's just for Reggie right there. That's 2 links, brother. That's 2 links. We can discuss the ducking. I just want to know where in the past few days, since this information has made it to the public, where was Crawford considered to be a duck? Where was that? It takes more than a thumbnail. It takes more than an emoji. Where was Terrence Crawford considered ducking? I don't have anything else to ask upon it. The link is in the chat. That goes for BFTB. That goes for Blue Blood. That goes for any one of y'all that choose to hop on here this late. That goes to any one of y'all. I'm going to have to go up here and post this BOK Prime promo too. Well did. You know, well did. Well did. Crawford comes out here. And I got to make sure I post this promo. I'm waiting only for a minute or two just for you. Oh, I'm waiting for that smoke. Come on, man. Come on, man. They saying it's all ducking for Crawford, but when it's ducking for Errol, we're just trying to find out which pond requires the resident of the duck stamp. Which pond are we putting that in? It can't be the pond over here on Team Crawford because we know damn sure he did not duck anything, man. The link is in the chat. You all saying he ducked. I'm saying prove it. Prove he ducked. I'm here to listen. I am an open ear. I'm here to listen to this. I need to goddamn get some type of damn confirmation. Like I just want to get refreshed on all of this. It's been a hectic last couple of days on this ducking and what Crawford didn't do and everything else. But yet tweets are coming out from Errol Spence, and he's up here talking about this shit. Like he's talking about where that tweet at? He's talking about all money ain't good money. That don't seem like ducking to me if he is verifying the 50 mil was offered and he want to know where it's coming from. Well, goddamn it, when he was calling you up, you should have responded to it. Maybe y'all could have met before all this shit took place. But you know what? I guess you wanted it to move. You wanted it. I have a minute or two, 30 to waste, all this other shit. You know, you get flashcards. But we want to talk about this tweet right here. This tweet right here is very, very important because he's pretty much disclosing everything that these cats on here was talking about Crawford didn't deserve. He said the draft included everything. So did you, Errol Spence, did you agree to this shit too, along with Crawford? Because he requested this shit. He requested transparency, bro. He requested transparency. So why would any channel be up here talking? He don't deserve that shit. He don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? The link wasn't from you, Blunts.
I already know. I went ahead and grabbed him. He on his way, man.
Who's on his way?
Reggie Owens.
Well, hey, that's the only person I want up here, brother, right now. For real.
Go ahead. That's all I was saying. I wasn't even expecting to be put up here. I could stay in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna, matter of fact, finna get on.
I'm not waiting around forever, bro.
He coming, OG. Coming. Had to summon the nigga, you know what I'm saying? They holding it down for him over there.
He was just in the chat, though. He was just in the chat. Real talk. Where's this at, dog? Like he was just in the chat putting duck emojis up there and shit. I don't know if he think I'm ducking and smoking that, not entertaining. I didn't take the shit that was directed to me, but you on my boulevard. So I let it pass a couple of times, and now I say, okay, let me see what it's about. Let me see what the ducking is about. Who ducked, when, where, how. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the motherfucking clock, man. For real, it's 12 o'clock Thursday. I'm not waiting over here forever. Let's get down to it, Reggie. How you duck, brother?
Oh,
come
man,
get this,
it's time to
come
cook.
get this smoke, Reggie. You kept on being antagonistic. Hey, you kept being antagonistic in the damn chat. Let's get it. Let's go. How was your duck?
It's time to cook y'all.
How was your duck? How was your duck?
What,
you ain't cooking shit over here, brother.
No, I'm
Let's
about to
go.
cook y'all asses. Let's go. So you seen in the contract. So we go off of Bud's video and what people been talking about. So what's this thing about the contract? They ain't got these agreements. He want to see the books. So Earl put it in there that in the contract they sent them, right? And in the tweet that Earl put out, that
you
shit
breaking
is all
up a
in
little
this guy
bit, Reggie.
contract.
Hey, Reggie, you breaking up just a little bit.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You breaking up just a little bit, brother.
Hold on. Put on speaker. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, you good. Yep.
Okay, now we gonna cook. So now we had this shit about everybody who wants to make excuses for Bud Crawford walking away because he wasn't gonna get a fight in 2022, as if 2023 is some long gotten date from fucking 2022 before we get to 2023 when he's fighting in December. So we talked about he can't look at the books. He wanted to look at expenses and all that. The Ali Act covers that shit. But so let's say the Ali doesn't cover it. Earl just debunked all this shit that people talked about by stating in the contract that was sent to Terrence Crawford, everything he wanted as far as expenses and all that shit is included in that contract. Did he say that or did he not?
No. Hey, continue to cook, man. It's no need for me to answer because when I answer, I'm gonna keep going.
Right, so that is in the contract, and I'm on live too, so I ain't gonna stay too long. So that is in the contract as well. And then he goes on because there's nothing that Crawford is really responding to. So your team has been getting all that. Then you come to me about this company, and I ask you, where's the money coming from? Who are they? He can't provide Earl with nothing. But then you want to go. Then you want to talk to all this other stuff. Then you delaying. You going back and forth. We're not getting back to you in time. Then he tried to come in. Every time Bud tried to respond with something, Earl done killed him off. And now Bud ain't even responding anymore. Now Earl is on fucking Oscar De La Hoya's head. He's ethering these guys. Crawford should have kept his mouth closed and worked on trying to do a better job of trying to sell off this fight that nobody in the world wants to see. Nobody in Armenia, nobody in Russia, nobody in Nebraska wants to see. That this dude got up and walked away from a negotiation, trying to take a deal that he had set aside that was made inside of a 7-Eleven next to a Slurpee machine. It's easy work. As much as I hate to hear that Bud ducked, the boy ducked.
I'm still trying to figure out where he ducked, though. Duck means you have to release yourself out of something when it was actively going in the favor of making something happen. That's a duck. When you pull out of a situation that actually has the possibility to be made, and you say, nope, all of a sudden I'm out, I'm going over here to fight David Avanesian. Let me tell you a little bit about things, okay? I think a lot of people were hoping that this fight go down. And in the process of negotiations, you heard Bud say he received the paperwork in August. So with that paperwork being said, we're not privy to the damn details and line for line information. We just have to go off what we've been hearing in the media and what Bud Crawford said yesterday on IG. Now, regardless if you felt that he was, not you in general, but the people felt that he was reading off cue cards and all that, he did mention some very valid points as far as what we've been hearing out here in social media. And one of those points was pretty much the money, okay? He was saying, first of all, I'm going to verify he didn't have no guarantee. He said, I had no guarantee. But out here in the YTC, they were saying he was getting a guarantee. But he said he wasn't. Then we knew he agreed to 65-35. That was a no fucking brainer. Then we get to the point of what? The money. Now all of a sudden, Terrence Crawford is looking at it like, these niggas trying to lowball the fuck out of me. I need a recourse. I need to go to plan fucking B. So he goes to plan B, get with his people, and try to come in with the hedge fund people. Now, of course, if the deal isn't close to being made there, Reggie, why would you tell him about anything? Like, we don't know where at in the negotiation the hedge fund shit came into play. It had to be at a point where Crawford thought the deal was gone. It wasn't going to be made because Al Heyman's just giving him the low ball of it. You know, he was trying to make money. But he felt like Al Heyman was giving him the low ball deal. So he had to go plan B. So when he brought the money to Errol's attention, I didn't hear Bud Crawford talking about anything like trying to find out who's in charge of the hedge fund. Terrence Crawford pretty much said what? He said Spence asked him about the back end money, and he confirmed he had a fire stick to stream all the fucking fights. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really ask him about the hedge fund and who's in charge of the hedge fund. But the point was, he took the initiative to try to bring money to both him and Errol Spence, and nobody's giving him credit for that. So he went through the entire process. He agreed to most of everything that was on the contract from what we heard, but they sent him back a final revision and said the fight is going in 2023. Now, if the fight was going in 2023, in which Bud said on his IG that he wanted to fight this year, how was it a duck for him to get up and say, fuck them, they trying to fuck with me, I'm going over here to be okay?
Man, that is the dumbest shit ever. You don't come into a negotiation with a company that is bringing you into a fight and going over the discussion, laying out contracts, and then all of a sudden you walk across the street into a goddamn convenience store and walk out with a contract, and then you're on the phone with this fighter, say, hey, man, let's do this shit. Man, fuck Al Heyman and them and that network. We're going to do this shit. Man, they got this new platform they going to build and stream it and all this other stuff, and we'll find in the arena. No. That's half-ass business. That's poor money business. And
you know they didn't talk about business at 7-Eleven, Reggie.
Man, I don't give a damn where they talked about. That's where the shit come up to us from.
I mean, where you hear that at? You heard that from Blue? Who you hear that from?
Out my window, and I ran into Bud, and now he part of this shit. So that's where it came from. We see the way they putting this shit together, that this shit is some duct tape ass fucking promotion.
But that don't have nothing to do with Bud, though.
It has everything to do with Bud. You're with this team.
Not at all. He's not running BOK. He's not. He can negotiate, but you know how many fighters? Hey, Reggie, you know how many fighters negotiate with PBC? That don't make them in charge of PBC.
Ducks when they call out people, and then they don't make these fights. So now Bud moves the goalpost to everything I see. Bud doesn't move that. I thought Bud didn't call nobody out. I thought it was Spence who was calling him out all the time from the Spencerholics. I thought they was the one calling him out. Who's that? I thought everybody was calling them. I thought Spence was the one calling out Crawford all the time. Crawford wasn't calling Bud out. I mean, Crawford wasn't calling Spence out. What you mean wasn't calling them out? Like to fight? Yeah, like when it comes to the duck, right? I thought Errol Spence was the one calling Bud out most of the time when it came to the debates and everything from what they were saying. He's, you know, I heard a certain channel up here talking about all the audio on where Bud Crawford say he wasn't trying to fight Spence. He was done with that fight. He don't need to fight him for his legacy and all that other stuff. So once again, I'm trying to find out, how did this all come about? Based off your narrative, how did the ducking shit all come about right here, right now? Because you're trying to say since he went over to BOK, that's when everything fell apart.
But in reality, it already fell apart in the negotiation process with PBC. They wasn't trying to make the fight. So Bud, he went over here to a place where he can get paid. That doesn't seem logical to you?
Y'all accept too much bullshit. It is purified bullshit because you do not walk away from a table for a fight of this scale. You do not walk away. You sit at the table. You do not come in here bringing in bullshit ass people you don't know nothing about. I can see if some people gonna come in and give you a ton of money like Eddie Hearn to do with the Saudi. I mean the Prince of Dubai and all that shit. That's a different thing. But some people coming in here with nowhere for people to really see you fight, but they got to make up the shit, and then you don't even have an arena. This shit, you don't deal with them. Nobody's ever heard of these dudes. Nobody can check the money and verify.
But you talking about BLK though.
And then
you talking about BLK. You talking about him leaving. The duck has to come in. The duck is not at BLK. The duck is him leaving the PBC negotiation, right?
I'm gonna lead to this duck. All this shit is included to this duck. And then you get these people who you don't know nothing about. This is what kills me when people talk about why people talk money. Money talk is always essential because it's going to be talked in the background from when people who don't like to research shit, the business people going to look into it. And anytime you get people dealing with money, you need to verify it. And how do these people talk about, we know Al Heyman, but they run the fucking Terrence Crawford as if they don't know where Al Heyman's offices is. And then you try to work the deal with him. This is not the way you conduct business. If you're talking to someone on the side and they talking money with you, you got plans already. And then you running over here to Avienzi and forcing him into a fight. Either you're going to take this fight or we going to move on to somebody else. That's what he did. And now every tweet that Earl Spence has put out there, Earl Spence has debunked everything that he pieced together in the segments of that live he did yesterday.
I mean, you talking about Earl Spence did a live?
He did the tweets in response to every little part of that bullshit fucking live that Terrence put together with these duct taped ass promotion BLK Prime, and he embarrassed himself. All that yesterday live stream was for him to fucking fix the damage that had been done to him because of the way he's being painted out here in the public. Because most people see it as a duck. You move away from the fight. It's been one thing to see him move away from the fight and he fights an opponent of some type of reputation, not a person nobody ever heard of. And even he
was trying to do that, Reggie. He was trying to do that with Errol Spence, and Errol Spence running like a female. He was trying to do that with Errol Spence.
But listen, ultimately, there's all these other people out here.
What people?
And the pathway that run into is going to
you
be back over
you got to tighten that up a little bit. All these other people like Showtime. What did Showtime have to do with this? They wasn't even getting to Showtime. They were still dealing with Al Heyman.
But it's going to be
they were still dealing with Al Heyman, brother.
It's going to be televised. If he would have hurried up negotiations, it don't take that long. But when you dragging it out, it's all on him. And then the drag out, you find another.
It was no time limit on negotiation, Reggie. It was no time limit, brother.
This nigga told me he got to fight in 2022. That's the most idiotic shit that anybody can support. 2022 or December, like, is this dude delusional? And then you need a tune-up? Like, motherfucker, you should have waited. You got all this shit in the biggest fight of your life. That 25 million ain't shit to pair what they want to get.
Who guaranteed the fight's gonna happen in 2023? Because Spence said January, and then somebody else said February. Which one is it?
February ain't long. Regardless, the first quarter of 2023 is not long. And this
so the contract says that the contract says he's guaranteed to fight Errol Spence in 23, or he's gonna revisit negotiations in 23.
Come on, man.
Which one,
Don't
Reggie?
bend the rules for this.
Which one, Reggie?
I know.
No, bro.
Y'all love.
Because the only one that's been making sense out of here is Terrence Bud Crawford, bro. And you know that live yesterday was beautiful. He said he covered some areas that people had questions about, Reggie. You just overlooking it.
Oh, it's smoking this dude. You see the tweets?
You just overlooking it.
No, man, y'all.
He just sent the tweets out. Them tweets was just today, like a hour and a half or two ago.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? When he got that milk carton thumbnail I made.
See, this is why I love boxing, because people be truly picking sides. Me, when I seen news come out with Earl looking like he ducking, I made videos about Earl. This motherfucker running away because of false information being put out by people who claim to have sources. And then when it comes out with this, oh no, this is strictly motherfucking Terrence Crawford pulling this bullshit. Everything is clear as day as far as what this dude is doing. He's
So what has he
ducking.
done right? What has he done right in the negotiations? What has he done right though?
You tell me, because walking away ain't right.
See,
It's
if you
shit.
if you can't tell me one thing he done right, that means you just have clear, unadulterated hate for Terrence Crawford. If you can't tell me one thing he did right.
I have hate towards him if I've been supportive. I've always stood against when BFTB making dumbass statements, calling the motherfucking top ranked Toby. None of that shit was cool. People
Yeah,
who
I know.
play
I
like
mean,
they
I know you have your own mind, brother. You know, you think for yourself. Nobody's gonna question you. Don't you think for yourself? You ain't a motherfucking bandwagon. Jump on the back of that motherfucker just because. But right here at Terrence Crawford's situation, I asked you one thing he's done right, and you can't tell me. Like he had to do something right, bro.
one thing can't be the one thing he did right was to even have an attorney to come to the damn bargaining table for one and try to start negotiations, but that defeats all purposes. That's like you've been a good guy all your life, but you didn't rob and kill somebody. All that other shit goes out the fucking window. You're a murderer.
Where
And he
was
murdered
where
up.
was where was Errol Spence's attorneys? Where was Errol Spence in general? Why wasn't he present if he knew this was taking place for one of the biggest fights? Why did Terrence have to call this man and try to talk to him? Where was he? He was just gonna sit back and relax and let Al do all the leg work. He lazy as shit.
Man, what you talking? This is business. These niggas is fighting. They can't even write right. The fuck they look like handling
Well,
business. You see the way
their ears on the side of their head. They can listen to see what's going on. They have something that's
these
wrong
niggas
with it. They can speak up on it.
grammar wise, you see the grammar in what they writing in these tweets. These
Yeah,
motherfuckers
yeah.
can't write functional sentences. So how the hell they over fucking contract?
Ears,
They,
ears,
they
brother.
Al Heyman
They
has
have their attorneys there, and they have their eyes, and they can listen to what the attorneys have to say while they're reading in tandem.
his attorney. I'm on live too, so I'm gonna go back. But like I said, y'all gotta let that shit go. Bud did some bad shit for the sport of boxing. And anything just to bash
I
him.
know.
Bud
Hey,
did some
Reggie, we agree on that. He did do some bad shit. He went live when Errol was not speaking to his fans, including you, and also he proved to the people that he was out there trying to provide for a brother. He was trying to provide for the brother. 25 mil, Reggie. And you say you can't find one thing right with this dude cause he didn't verify the hedge fund people. Come on, dog. The negotiation wasn't even nowhere close to being finished for him to verify that shit.
a brother too, and I think Earl a brother. So stop that shit. And
He was looking out for his brother. 25 million. Come on, what brother you know brought 25 million to you, Reggie, and say, you know what? I didn't want to come in here lopsided. I got the lion's share percentage, 65-35. But guess what? I'm trying to get us some guarantee money so we don't have to think about that back end shit.
no, the back end, y'all, like Al said, what the fuck you capping yourself for? He's been too complacent with that Bob Arum shit, where fighters are known to not maximize their fucking worth. And it's proven with the history of Bob Arum. So, of course, Bob Arum loved giving this motherfucker guaranteed money. He's grown accustomed. He ain't ever been part of nothing of quality, nothing of high standard. Look at this BOK shit the way it rolls out. He look half-ass shit. He act like a fucking farmer that done came to the city. He don't know how to put on shit. This is gonna be of a higher standard. You're gonna tour the country and put on some shit. Like he out here rolling out bullshit. But let me jump back on my show real quick.
Oh, I didn't know you was on the show, man. Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yeah, I was live. Yes, indeed.
All right, for sure.
All right, now. All right, for sure, for sure.
I appreciate Reggie Owens pulling up. I didn't know you was on your show. Damn. PBC, pay Bud crumbs. It's too late for that shit, dog. See, you gonna make me put that on the motherfucking thumbnail, dog. I'm gonna have to go get some goddamn storytelling material and goddamn put that shit into a mother. Oh, man, I already know what I even got with that. Oh, my goodness. I already know how to put that shit right. Ew, it's gonna be funny as hell. Damn. God damn. The man said, I got a fire stick, and having one doesn't mean you're still in pay-per-view. Man, this shit is hilarious, dog. I'm serious. Shout out to D Bevel the Champ. Reggie, I'm everywhere. Get them WCB. I'm trolling. Hey, man. 512 on deck. Don't know. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo again in the super chat. $5 super chat. Reggie Orange ducked the link. Hated it. Hey, man. Appreciate the Mr. Gumbo in the building. Don't know who 512 is, but, you know, he said Bud Lives Matter. And he put the emojis up there. Bud didn't duck anything. You know that. You know that 512. You know that 512. And one thing I'm going to tell you a little secret, 512. The link is in the chat, 512. I got time this Thursday. You know what I'm saying? If you want to clip the ducking emojis and you with the winning team, come on here and defend their honor. Come on over here and defend their honor. Go ahead. I probably know you somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Behind that. Never seen you over here before. But the link is in the chat, man. The link is in the chat. As long as you keep it on boxing and speak on something that makes sense, that's current, active information. I don't want to hear all no resume. I don't want to hear Gamboa. I don't want to hear who Crawford fought, Kell Brook and Sean Porter. I don't want to hear any of that shit. I want to see right here, right now, what we talking about for these negotiation process and what's your belief on why they fail to materialize. You know what I'm saying? It don't have shit to do with Bud taking a fight this year, because guess what? Errol Spence seemed like they had a fight scheduled for this year too. You know what I'm saying? So how are we going to just lean heavy on one side and say, well, yeah, Errol Spence may be fighting after Bud, but Bud's first. Bud first, okay? His fight on the 10th. Spence fight on the 17th. So he's to blame. Come on, man. He's trying to bring $25 million guarantee money, and Arrow's up there talking about back end money. You know why he said that? I can't blame him. Just like somebody else said about Bronin, he has PTSD getting paid over there. He think everything gonna be on the back end. So when he go in there and fight, he done receive a little bit of money, and then he have to wait for everything to trickle in and get the numbers right and all that, and then they give him what he think they should give him. That's why he said that automatically. Rip. Automatically off the rip, he wanted to talk about back end money. That's because that's what he's used to, bro. Hey, 512. You come over here putting the ducks in there. There go the link, man. Now, the energy for you is not going to be the same as I gave Reggie Owens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that was just a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that it was going to be too in-depth about anything. But, you know what I'm saying? Big Dog, you can jump on here too, Big Dog. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's saying he's a duck, you can click the link. It's okay. I'm not mad. Just prove that you're not a duck too. Because you know what ducks do, right? They all swim around each other in the same freaking direction. That's what ducks do. You see how you just put the tweets in there? Both of y'all put that shit on top of each other? That's what ducks do. They stay close. You know what I'm saying? Every little drop, a lint that drops in there, they run for it. Oh, that ain't shit. They ain't food. I mean, y'all too easy. It's there. The link is there, bro. How many times I got to put the link in there? Come here. Represent the winning team. Let me post that again. Let me post that again. There you go again. And once again, shout out to Mr. Gumbo for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated. One love to you, brother. Thank you. D Bevel, the champ. Thank you for pulling up with the $2 super chat, brother. Al got him with that choker chain. Pool sprints, he can't even respond. Hey, well, listen, to be honest with you, I really want to come over here, you know, and drop this news flash. I want to drop the news flash and let y'all know that Spence did not indeed write his tweets, and he had a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? They trying to say Bud Crawford was using flashcards, but goddamn it, Spence was using motherfucking a ghostwriter. Period. They was using a ghostwriter. Them people, them people wasn't real. They was using the ghostwriter, man, and they mad too. You know what I'm saying? You look at the thumbnail, it'll tell you the story that you're looking for. They over there angry. You know what I'm saying? They over there angry, but he didn't write those motherfucking tweets. I'd say the first one and the last one that I put up there, that's it. The first one and the last one. No company tonight. No company. No linky. You don't want to click the linky, big dog. Because look, Big Dog used to come over here and be a supporter. But now he's seeming to have went through some type of psychological change, and he was brainwashed, and now he's coming back to his consciousness, but yet still medicated. He's back in a chat where he used to come and support. Now he's trying to say and go against the grain. He's trying to go against the grain. Let me read what he said. Bud has contradicted himself over and over again. Spence exposed his lies, but never intended to fight Spence this year. Did you not hear them say that the fight was made in like 36 or 48 hours or something like that? What the hell are you talking about? The fight was made in like 36 hours to sign everything. It wasn't no damn freaking contractual conversations going on. They weren't negotiating. They wasn't doing no motherfucking highlighting, moonlighting and shit with BLK while they was negotiating with Spence. Because all you have to do is listen to what came out initially. Listen to what Bluebird said. They give the timelines. They reached out. He said he was focused on Errol Spence. That means he was entirely focused on negotiation with Spence. Nothing less than that, brother. So how can he be moonlighting and trying to double dip and talk to BLK if he didn't know the negotiation was going to fall apart with PBC? He was having such a rough go with trying to convince them that he was ready to get this done, and they didn't want to hear anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like Bud Crawford is the only one that's being honest and clear about the intentions. He's the only one that I saw that went out there and tried to get money for Errol, but Errol say all money ain't good money, even if you ain't making money. Remember what I just said? All money ain't good money, especially if you ain't making money. And it don't seem like he's making money, because somebody would have seen the $25 million and it would have been like, okay, that's pretty good money that I'm going to get right away. But these people always want to run with the narrative now. Oh, it's a cap. Why would you want to limit yourself? Well, if you're the only one benefiting from it, why? If you think all money ain't good money, but you're going to make money, why you ain't trying to look out for your brother? He's competing just like you are, but yeah, you're trying to send him in there starving while you go ahead and get paid because you happy with Al Heyman is giving you. That seems selfish to me. Real talk, that seems selfish to me. You only looking out for yourself. How the hell you gonna send back a single revision PBC and expect Crawford to just sit there during the new year? I just can't fathom that. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, y'all. The man just supposed to sit there through the damn end of the year if he can fight this year and get paid. It don't matter if it's $10, $15, $20,000 on up to 100 to 200, 300, 400. It don't matter. As long as he go in there and get paid. That's crazy, bro. That's my question. After seeing these tweets, who was holding up the fight? Al or Bud? I'm saying Al. I'm saying Al. And Bud. Bud was holding up the fight just to stand in as long as he could to make this shit happen, goddammit. He stayed in too long. He should just say, you know what, these motherfuckers ain't trying to make the fight. Let me go. That's how he was holding up the fight. Because stand there, you know what I'm saying, they were going to stay there long enough to keep on bullshitting. They could have took this man into December, they would. They would have took that man in December and say, you know what, we just going to wait the next year. But Errol, hey, announcement, big announcement. He's fighting Keith Thurman next week. Man, please, dog. Come on. LO ducks follow easier in a single file line. But when they in the pond, goddammit, them motherfuckers swim around and around and around and around and around. But man, I'm not gonna stay on here too long. We just know that Spence had a ghostwriter with these tweets. Please hit the replay. You know what I'm saying? They mad over there. They had to somehow, some way come on here and refute the milk carton. Somebody say, man, you need to go over here and let them know you're alive, bro. Because that motherfucking WCS put you on a milk carton and people up here adding you on it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something, man. You got to do something. I didn't think too many people damn get a hold of that freaking thumbnail, but I've been putting them shits on damn IG now too. Fuck it. But man, y'all hold that shit down all the way. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get the notifications next time. Those you describe, continue. Hit the like button on the way out, man. What I'm even sitting at, man. What I'm sitting at right now, y'all. 18 likes, man. Come on. If you're out the door, get it up to 20. You know what I'm saying? If you're walking out the door, hit the like button. Get them up to 20 before you bounce up out of here. That ain't nothing but a flick of the wrist with the index finger. Anyone you want to use. Or ball up a fist and smash that motherfucker without breaking your screen. But we'll be on here tomorrow. It's all good. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out this month.